I would like to show a guide for those who are thinking about getting started in automation. Starting with the first one, map your workflow. And in this case, for example, in biobanking, this could be, okay, the samples come in vials, then they have to be centrifuged at this particular speed, then they need to be aliquoted in this number of aliquots, and then they need to be put into the freezer at this particular temperature. So just looking into what is it that you need to do. The second step is to identify repetitive tasks and tasks that are very error prone. For example, when we do sample dilution, we have to dilute all of our samples, and the dilution factor of all of our samples is different. This is very error prone and can be handled easily from an automation system. Then determine your operational and technical requirements. So here's a list of different requirements that you can think about, starting by throughput, how many samples you want to work with, walk-away time, sample traceability, which is what you want and what you need to be. So I go to the regulatory aspects as well. If you want to have it connected to the LIMS or not, what is your volume range? We're talking about low volume dispensers, or we're talking about milliliters, precision and accuracy. If you need to have any modules to regular temperature control on deck for your samples or for your reagents, if you need to check them, what is the type of consumables that you need to use? The type of assets to implement, the flexibility requirements, how much space you have in the lab, any regulatory aspects that we need to consider in IVDR or GXP, your budget, and the additional functionalities for sample handling. You have to think as well, if your asset requires that you have a bottle, and from the bottle you need to remove a cap, and this needs to be this particular bottle. So you need to think about anything that you might need, because this discussion will help you then whoever you talk to give you the best solution or that adjust to what you're needing. So then do a thorough market research to understand your options. So this is going to a webpage, attending webinars like this, ask around people who have already automated things or have done something similar to what you're doing. Consider whether you want to automate parts of the workflow or the entire workflow. Sometimes you just want to automate something that is very repetitive and error prone, and then the rest you might want to do it manually. Book a demo with your preferred partner. For us, that you just have to send an email to do this. Identify the level of support your partners are able to offer and the cost, because the level and the length of support for application and for service, it varies between suppliers enormously. And sometimes people forget that, especially when they have never used automation before. And then finally, determine the efficiency gain with each option. Choose your best candidate.